It's a Chinese 多田と申します。多田誠です。横浜で3店舗ラーメン屋をやってます。ラーメンの学校はね、始めてもう13年ぐらい前に始めましたかね。そうせっかくラーメンをやってて、でこのラーメン大橋っていうのは研究開発のお店なんですね。研究開発だから新しいラーメンを考えて作って、いつもレシピは変わる店なんで、それで結構ラーメンのいろんなレシピができたんですね。この店をやることによって。それで教えようと思いました。それはやっぱり海外行った時にその頃のラーメンってひどかったんですよね。美味しくないラーメンが多かったので、海外の人にラーメンを教えて、外国行った時に日本人が食べて美味しいとか、外国の人が本物に近いラーメンを食べれたらいいなっていうのが元にありましたね。そうです。でラーメン大橋っていうところは無課長の自家製麺、ここの製麺機で作って出してます。その前に餃子を全部絞らないと。
Have you ever wondered how to become a ramen chef? So this is Ramen School, based in Yokohama, Japan. I spent around £1,800 for the course, and we learned everything to do with ramen. We learned how to make various types of broth, various types of noodles, char-siu, ramen eggs, and everything in between really. Makoto-san has 3 ramen shops, so he also taught me a lot about opening a business and a restaurant and how it could succeed. If you're interested in learning how to just make ramen or opening a ramen shop like me one day, we cover it all in this video. Hi guys, this is the Ramen School. This is us in the restaurant. These are the helpers in the background. This is Makoto-san, he's the owner, not really the helper. So it's on the job kind of learning, and by the end of it as well, you do start to serve to the customers your own bowl of ramen. The customers have no idea, so it's actually really nerve-wracking that first bowl of ramen. So it's quite funny how clueless they are to how important that moment is when they first have the ramen. It's actually in a restaurant, so this is where he does the Ramen School. It's the on-the-job kind of learning, and you learn how to make everything. As you can see here, we're just about to serve lunch. That's why everything's it's probably a bit loud as well for you guys, but I just wanted to kind of show everything just before we start serving for lunch. But yeah, it's a really good school. I just wanted to give you a bit of a down low as to what to expect if you were considering like going to a ramen school. It's not just ramen you can learn as well. Here you make some gyoza, which is a Japanese dumpling that you traditionally get alongside your ramen. So you can learn how to make all the various sizes you can expect in a ramen shop, so like gyoza, types of rice like chahan and things like that. And like Ji-chan always, my granddad, Ji-chan would always say, "Oh, you slurp so well." It's a very proud moment. So now I slurp very loudly. In England, I get frowned upon. They say it's disgusting, but I'm still proud of it, you know, because Ji-chan was proud of it. So there's a lot of things I love without that aspect. But in terms of cooking, because when I cook at home, I cook all my meals at home, and I make Japanese food primarily. And Japanese cuisine, they follow a strict set of rules, like imagine making sushi, right? You'll take a year learning how to make rice, a year how to fan seaweed on an open fire to get the right amount. Each element takes a very long time, a strict amount of rules, and perfecting the minute, little details. But with ramen, it's the only thing that is open. There isn't actually a rule book. Every ramen place you go to is completely different. And it's nice to see that in Japan because there's not many aspects of this culture where they're creative. So it's cool to see that. And it's cool to say, look, they're showing creativity. Look how amazing that is. And little cool elements. And that's the fun part of me learning about this as well. I get to eat ramen all the time, incorporate all that kind of knowledge and trying to utilise that in terms of making my own bowl of ramen and being really creative with it.
Okay.
You're making like colour again. Put your personality in that. Yeah, got no chance. With ramen, there's so many different elements. And making a bowl of ramen can take 2 days, 1 day, a week sometimes, whatever it may be. Every single one of those elements is an entire different recipe, so you can incorporate what you think is best. So in terms of tweaking, there's a lot to tweak. You could do different things, try different things that no one has actually tried before, and you really see that in ramen. And that's why it's great, because you can give your personality. This is my twist. Ooh, I love this thing. Very Japanese. Yeah, it really has taken it over. So I think it was a really good idea to go. I was very hesitant about going to a ramen school because I didn't know anything about it. And I didn't know how much it was, what you're going to learn. It wasn't enough stuff online other than like the reviews to kind of go through. And then when I reached out to this one with Makoto-san, there's a guy called Yohei who does like the kind of media side of things and talks to people. And then he was really good. He spoke English, perfect English. He reached out to me in English as well. I spoke to him in Japanese anyway. We met up. We came over to here, met with Makoto-san. And we had a bit of like, this was prior to any classes or anything. It was like introductory, get to know one another. I wasn't even saying that I'm definitely going to go. It was more introductory, come to, like see us, we'll talk about it. In that stage, Makoto-san was asking me what I wanted to do, what I was aspiring to do, why I was coming to the ramen school. I said about opening a restaurant, things like that. And he catered what I wanted to learn and incorporated that into the lessons that he was going to give me. Showcase. この餃子大丈夫？餃子大丈夫？ダメ。ごめん言うべきだった。ビデオに入っちゃってますね。
I guess even the master.
It's ramen school.